I'm going to be focusing on one short passage from Woman at Point Zero by Nawal el-Saadi. And I've decided to pick this short passage of dialogue between Frideus and a colleague of hers discussing the look of love on Frideus' face to close read because I think it offers insights into my argument. So the passage is on page 113. So it's towards the end of the novel, and it reads, "That's enough," I said angrily. "You wear dark glasses over your eyes and then say you cannot see the sunshine." So basically, I decided to choose that passage because it represents my claim that Frideus is incapable of love because she has grown up in a society that never taught her what a healthy relationship was. And I'm choosing to close read this passage because I think it has an underlying message about the theme also of eyes, which Sadawi chooses to constantly bring up how they make Frideus feel like she is being owned or watched by other people throughout the novel. And this ownership is an unhealthy example of how people have demonstrated love towards her. I'm going to focus on the diction specifically with the quote in the passage because just I think it's the most important tool to use. So specifically, it says that Frideus angrily says, "That's enough." I think that's important to knowledge because um, we don't get a lot of her anger shown through certain interactions with females. Mostly, we just get a lot of her anger shown with interactions with males who are trying to get her to have sex with them through her prostitution work. So I think it's interesting to note that she is being angry and kind of confrontational with another woman. Um, and I think the author chooses to use the words angrily to kind of show how defensive Frideus is getting when people are questioning her own emotions. And she very much puts up this defensive front in order to kind of show that Frideus is basically angry that her colleague is thinking this way about her. Um, the next part of the quote is when Frideus says she chooses to say, "You wear dark sunglasses over your eyes," and then say you cannot see the sunshine. So this is basically Frideus insulting her colleague and essentially calling her stupid and ignorant to the world around her. Obviously, if the sun is shining, you're not going to be able to see it when you have dark glasses over your eyes. That's just human biology. Your sight is disrupted. So she's very much calling her colleague dumb and ignorant to what's going on. And I think deep down, Frideus knows that truly this isn't real love. It's more infatuation. It's the fact that she feels like she's finally met someone who has showed an interest in her beyond just sexual interest. And actually, this brings up kind of an outside idea, but one of my favorite quotes, I actually found it on Tumblr, is that there's this difference between infatuation and love. And I'm going to put up the two pictures in this video, but I'm just going to read it also. And it says, "Infatuation is when you find someone who is absolutely perfect." And the second one says, "Love is when you realize that they aren't and it doesn't matter." So I think this kind of offers insight, this little quote, into how Frideus's love is not real love, it's just infatuation with Ibram, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. So this circumstance basically shows that that's infatuation, and in the end, Frideus ends up getting screwed over because Ibram is already engaged to somebody else. So this unfamiliarity with love started for Frideus from a young age, since her parents' relationship was obviously unhealthy. And in this Middle Eastern society of Egypt, women are treated unfairly, which is further perpetuated when we learn that Frideus gets her clitoris cut off, the piece of skin between her thighs. And my big question kind of about that is, can you really fully experience love if you can't experience pleasure with the person that you're in love with? I think, once again, that contributes to her unhealthy feeling of how people demonstrate love towards one another, because in a lot of societies and a lot of people's feelings, love is not just that pleasure or that sexual relationship. It's very much more than that. So Personally, I think Ferdeas never truly experiences love in this novel, and that's unfortunate, but this is because her society, parents, and social class have never allowed her to truly understand what love really is. And since she's had no ownership over her own body or her own freedom or identity, she hasn't been able to experience something that a lot of other people um, do get to experience, which is sad and unfortunate. But ultimately, it's not her fault. It's her society's fault that she can't experience a healthy relationship of love. Thank you.